Looks like it's raining today. I guess this will get rid of all the ice in the water, although all the fish under the ice did look kind of cool over the past few days. And what's going on today? I guess this is kind of an interesting read first. It's raining here, but it's not in space, right? And apparently there's this new drone that they're going to use, I guess, to explore various areas. This one says, NASA selects futuristic space technology concepts for early study. The selected concepts include 3 from JPL. The projects are still in the early stages of development and are not considered official NASA missions. This is definitely not what you would think of in terms of, I guess, a drone. This one says, an astronaut steps into a body scanner and hours later walks on Mars in a custom-made spacesuit, breathing oxygen that was extracted from Mars' carbon dioxide-rich atmosphere. On Venus, an inflatable bird-like drone swoops through the sky studying the planet's atmosphere and weather patterns. Ideas like these are currently science fiction, but they could one day become reality thanks to a new round of grants awarded by NASA. And I guess it's this thing here, I guess it's called the Breeze. And it says the Breeze combines inflatable structures with bio-inspired kinematics to create an efficient flyer to explore Venus's atmosphere. Various mechanisms will be used to provide flapping, flight, and regulate the volume for active buoyancy control. The proposed mission seeks to provide a longer-term in situ analysis of Venus' atmosphere and weather patterns, as well as improve the mapping resolution of the surface of Venus. So that's kind of neat. Makes me wonder too, since they say inflatable, does that mean we're going to start seeing things like this where people start playing with these as kites per se? And are people going to freak out over that? Oh no, it's a quote drone. And I guess with all that news about the war and stuff between Russia and Ukraine, apparently they had a meeting, but nothing came about with it. Although I was reading this today, it says, Zelensky in a passionate speech urges the EU to admit Ukraine immediately. President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine urged the European Union on Monday to grant his country immediate accession to the bloc in response to Russia's invasion. In a passionate speech aimed at rallying Ukrainians to continue to defend their country and encouraging further international support, he thanked the EU countries that had decided to supply arms to Ukraine over the past few days and said he had spoken to Ursula von der Leyen, President of the European Commission, to urge her to take even stronger steps. I was thinking too, if I understand the whole, I guess, situation appropriately, I think that was actually one of Russia's concerns why they are going to war with them, correct? They didn't want more, I guess, NATO or European access around the border, so wouldn't this actually create more tensions overall? But I guess it's one of those situations where it's only historians that can look back afterwards and say, this is what happened overall. And with that in mind, I guess it was kind of funny reading this. Imagine someone being so generous, you think they're all nice and all that, but they end up being, I guess, a criminal of sort. How about this one? This one says, fugitive BC gang leader posed as bee-saving philanthropist in Puerto Rico. UN gang leader Connor DeMont was arrested Friday in San Juan, Puerto Rico by the U.S. Marshals Services and is expected to face an extradition hearing on the BC charges. Can you imagine that? It says he was known as Johnny Williams, a purported American philanthropist committed to saving the unique bees of Puerto Rico. But in reality, Williams is BC fugitive Connor DeMonte, a 44-year-old United Nations gang leader who had been on the run for 11 years after being charged with murder and conspiracy. DeMonte was arrested Friday in San Juan, Puerto Rico by the U.S. Marshals Services and expected to face an extradition hearing on the BC charges. And not surprisingly, it says the people who knew him as a philanthropist were completely shocked. They never expected it. How would you know, huh? I guess the only real hint they gave here was apparently whenever people, I guess, took pictures of him, he was really apprehensive, especially if they wanted to put it online or something like that. For example, this one person wrote, I guess when they took a picture, it says, he asked me not to post those pictures on the Karma site, which I kind of thought was strange, Huffman said. Same thing when volunteers were wrapping Christmas presents for the poor children, he never wanted to be photographed. That kind of reminds me, funny enough, with things like drones, how so many people are paranoid that a regular drone can zoom in on you, for example, get such a close-up when you're just a little dot. It makes you think like, there, hey, what are you so afraid of? You're out in the open, the public and all that. What are you doing that's so, I guess, bad? Because people don't usually have that general fear overall, correct? Like if someone's walking around with like a smartphone or something, they're taking selfies. Most people, for example, get captured in the background, not intentionally, but you just happen to be there. Whereas with here, it's kind of like one of those situations when you're that afraid and paranoid, hey, something's wrong. I think from my personal observations in life, the only way you can really tell for people like that have kind of like a double life in that sense is consistency. For example, if they seem so nice to one group of people, but to another group of people, they're so vile and so forth, then that kind of shows a side of their character. It's almost like saying, for example, if there's someone who's really great around, I guess, people, he seems like so fun and joy loving, but at the same time, when it comes to like, let's just say a smaller animal, they'll kick it and so forth. They laugh at the idea of that, and that kind of shows you there's another side to the person's character. I guess there's no flying today, huh? Actually doing all those archive experiments and stuff actually gave me a good vision in terms of how things could be in the long run. I just need a little bit more, I guess, resources and stuff like that. But more practice, I guess. Alright, see you guys later.